Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous, boastful, proud, or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, loses faith, and is always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Hey everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. As you can see in the title, I'm coming back with another love talk. And in this love talk, I'm really going to encourage you guys. I really want to uplift some of your spirits. I know a lot of people are in the dark and going through a lot of things. I understand, and with everything that's going on right now, I really believe encouragement is like one of the biggest things that really need to be taking place. And I see that a lot of you guys love these videos when I do encouraging and I share more about my life, and in hopes that it brings hope to a lot of you guys that are in, just bring hope to y'all. Just let me put a little disclaimer out before I just get into this video. Number one, anything that I say to you guys, anything that I've go through and say is stuff that I've gone through, and I totally understand. Two, if you hear the smoke detectors, I have to get maintenance to fix it. I've changed batteries and it's still not working. I pressed the button, I did it all. It's not working. So anyway, I'm sorry if that is bothering you. I'm probably trying to put maybe a little background music so you probably won't really hear it. So just in case you do, I'm sorry. And another three is the last one. I know not all my videos are for everybody, and I know some of you guys don't really love my love talks, and I totally understand it and I get it. And I have so much content on my channel. You can pick another video or you can go to another channel, whatever you feel is best. But I know that not all my videos are for everybody. So I just want to put that out there. So it's okay. If you don't like it, you can just go on to another video. Okay? Enough of that disclaimer. Enough of that ramble that I just did. Let's get into this video. Let's get into what I came to talk about. As you can see in the title, I'm talking about grief. I'm talking about, and grief can be grief of death, grief of a marriage being apart, friendship, job, loss of money, loss of a promotion. You can name it. Anything can pretty much, anything that brings like a sadness or something to your heart, you will pretty much have to go through the stages. Some stuff a little bit more heavier. Even you're in financial strain and you don't have enough money, that can be grief, yo. You go through the struggle. But anyway, in this video, in my the example and the story that I'm going to give you is a grief of death. And grief of death that was definitely unexpected, shocking, and really changed my life forever. And I'm going to be talking in particular is I had a stillbirth. Oh my God. When I tell you the pain that I felt, the heartache that I felt, the darkness that I went through, boy, when I tell you it is, I understand. I understand to the point I understand what, even though I don't accept it, and I believe there's another way, but I do get why people can get to a point where they do not want to live anymore. And that's so hard to say, but I get it. I don't accept it. I really believe there's other ways, and you know what I mean? Other people that are in that struggle right now, and if you're watching this video, I love you. You are worth more and you deserve to be alive. But I get it. And I felt that. And I got to the point where it was a struggle. But anyway, let me just get a little story and talk how it happened and everything. I was around maybe about 20 when I first found out I was pregnant, and it was just like a normal pregnancy. I just know that I was having a lot of issues and pains, but I'm not trying to go that deep, but that's a whole nother story, and that with the doctor and all that situation. But anyway, fooling forward, I was about 7 months pregnant, and I noticed that my baby wasn't doing like she was supposed to. And at the time, I really didn't know about pregnancy. I really didn't have that support. I really wouldn't have anybody I can really talk to about pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? Or I honestly, it was like pregnant and not knowing anything. I didn't know anything about anything. Like anything. Reading a book, I was so confused. I just was like in the dark, 100%. There was like no midwife or anybody that I could really, talk to about what was going on. But I noticed that my baby wasn't moving like she was moving, and I waited. And about a day, and I went, It was the day that I signed up for school, because at the time, you know, I mean, let's be real, I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to be doing. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, you know, I'm going to get my life together. I got a job. I started going back to school. I signed up to school that day, and I was going back to school at the time for medical assisting. So I got everything planned for schooling. I took the bus. I just bought a car. It was $600 that I saved. I'm sorry I'm jumping all the place. Just keep up with me, y'all. I just bought a car. Saved up $600, bought that car off of Craigslist. It needed some things to be done, but I was like, it's okay. I'm going to have it fixed before my baby came, because I've been working. I was a food server at Applebee's at the time, so I'm like, me and my baby's going to be taken care of. I'm going back to school. Your girl was doing her thing to make sure her and her baby was prepared to come. And I remember I was taking the bus after, and if I cry, I'm so sorry, because pain is pain, and even though I've walked through it, it still hurts to go through it, to explain to y'all. But I just keep up with me, because I'm to promise you the end will be beautiful, and I'm definitely going to encourage y'all today. But anywho, I remember I went to the school to sign up, and my baby still wasn't moving like she was supposed to, and I just wasn't feeling right. So I was like, you know what, after I sign up for this school, because I'm gonna make sure me and my baby are okay, I'm gonna go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. I took the bus from my house. That was like a 2-hour, 3-hour, no, it was like a 2-hour ride from my house at the time to the school. And then the bus ride to the hospital was like 45 minutes. So I went to the hospital. And, you know, lo and behold, a nurse, you know, they came in, they couldn't find the heartbeat. And so I was nervous then. I was like, what do you mean you can't find the heartbeat? Then they had a technician come in. And they said, okay, well, we're going to wait for the doctor to come in. And so I knew when the doctor had to come in, something really wasn't right. Doctor came in and said that, you know, your baby is not, there's no heartbeat. And I said, what do you mean? Like get the heart to beating, like do your little, you got little, those are them little things that you put on people's heart, the EKG, whatever that thing is, do it, you know, do what you gotta do. And he's like, yeah, your baby has passed away. And, when I found that out, when I tell you my soul left my body, I died. Literally, I died. Like, the person that came into that hospital was dead. Like, I died when she died. When I found out that she was dead, I was dead. Like, literally, my eyes, the pain that rushed through my heart, I could not even breathe. I couldn't even cry. I couldn't even cry. All I could do was scream. All I could do was just scream, why God take my baby? That's all I could do was just scream, like, why'd you take my baby? Why'd you take my baby? And I just remember just saying it over and over and over and over and over, God, why'd you take my baby? And the nurse was telling me, you have to come down, but I couldn't, because I just couldn't grasp why did it happen? Well, you know, long story, you know, going through that, they put me to a room. I had to take, you know, get myself induced. I'm so sorry, y'all. I had to get myself induced and, you know, had to deliver her. It was the most excruciating pain that I've ever felt. And it wasn't the delivery that was excruciating. It was the spiritual death of myself that was just excruciating. To see her face lifeless. She was dead before she was even born. And it was just so hard. My life went numb. I just went numb. And I remember, you know, coming home from the hospital and just not... I felt out of it, out of place. I just could not. I just felt like the world was moving, and I couldn't move. And, you know, people would talk to me. And then at the time, friends that I thought were my friends, nobody called me. Nobody called me. I had nobody call me, not out of all my friends. And then I realized at that moment that the friends that I thought were friends weren't even my friends. So I felt alone, because it's not that at the time I really wanted somebody to cry to. I just wanted somebody just to remind me who I was, because I couldn't, you know what I mean, I was in so much pain that I just couldn't remember who I was. I couldn't laugh. I couldn't do anything. I just needed someone just to talk to me like normal Sabrina. Please don't talk to me like old sad Sabrina, you know? But anywho, I ended up leaving that, and me and my ex, at the time the father of my children, you know, I just kept, he was the only person that I could go to at that time that would talk to me like I was me, looked at me like I was me. Because I couldn't talk to anybody else at the time. I couldn't talk to my mom because that's who I talk to all the time now. And every time I talk to her, she would bawl. And I'm all like, okay, that's not helping me. That's not helping, Mom. I love her dearly. But as you know, I can imagine her as a mom. It's hard for her. I couldn't talk to my grandma. My grandma would cry. It's like, somebody got to be strong around here. Like, somebody. Please. So at the time, my ex was the only person I could go to, and I could just escape. And you know what? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I started smoking weed at that time because that was the only thing for me at the time that could stop me from crying. Because if I wasn't high, I was crying. And I mean, and I'm not talking about, you know, oh, I saw a sad movie, I'm crying. Or I just had a thought, I'm crying. I'm talking about, like, I wake up in the morning, tears are going down my face, and I cannot stop them. Like, I cannot stop it. I'm in the grocery store, tears are coming down my face, and I cannot stop it. And I just have to leave because people are looking at me like, why is this crazy chick crying in the grocery store? You know what I'm saying? Like, cookie. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's how I felt for myself, but that's how I was feeling. So at the time, I smoked a lot of weed. I did. I smoked a lot of weed, and I'm not condoning it. I'm just telling you my story. So, and the things that I do wrong, don't do. You know what I'm saying? Because trust, believe, what I was doing definitely got me caught up, and I believe it delayed my process of healing. But I'm going to go forward. But I'm just letting I know some of your people clenching your purse. Some of your Christians be like, oh, God. I'm going further in the story. Just keep going, okay? Anyway. So you know, after going back with my ex, and then I fell into this depression where I felt lost. I felt God was punishing me, so I didn't really want to go back to church. I felt like I really didn't have an outlet to go to, so I just started kind of partying. I really wasn't drinking because I'm not a drinker. Still not a drinker. I really don't. It doesn't settle well in my stomach, but I know that's a little tangent that was off of you. Like, I don't need to know that, but just... Anyway, going for it. So, yeah, so I just wasn't doing like I should, and I fell back with me and my ex, and then we were just, you know, in a relationship that wasn't really healthy, but that was the only thing I really had that made me feel normal. And even though it wasn't healthy, it was the only thing that I had. Like, at the time, I felt like that's the only thing I had. Anyway, and I just felt that at the time that he loved me, and I don't think that he didn't love me. I don't think that he doesn't love me. But at the time, I felt that he was just what I needed, you know? But in reality, totally wasn't what I needed, because I ended up going through hell and back with him. But anyway, keeping going forward. So I'm in this bad relationship, and I'm still mourning the loss of my baby, and it just was really hard. And then I end up getting pregnant with my oldest. And once I end up getting pregnant with him, I immediately, you know, stopped smoking and I stopped drinking, because I got right back in hustle mode like I did with my first baby. I need to go back to school, sign back up in school, and the rest was history. But now I'm back in school, having a cray relationship. Now I'm realizing, like, why did I get with this guy? Like, what am I doing? What is going on? And things just got worse once I got pregnant with my first. And I was like, oh man, but I wanted to work things out. And if you watch my video on how I became a single mom, you kind of know a little bit where I'm going. So I'm not going to go into detail of our relationship, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of going to skip through me grieving and, you know, going through that. So if it doesn't really make sense, you might want to watch that video, and maybe I'll have it in the description box so you can watch it after this video to just know a little bit insight of who he was or who he is or whatever. Anyway, I'm so sorry. Y'all, just stay with me, please. Just stay with me. Anyway, so I'm pregnant. I'm after like my third child, and mind you, in this time I'm still grieving my baby. I still cry about her. I still just feel just this emptiness inside, and I'm just like, what is going on? You know, I'm going to this, holding on to this hurdle and this burden. But it was around the time when I got resaved or rededicated to Christ, and I'll probably do a separate video in more depths of my rededication to Christ. So I'm just going to kind of not skip over, but I'm not going to go in for details. Just stay with me. So it's when I got rededicated to Christ that my life started to change. And the first thing that God did in my life when I rededicated my life, and I was very serious about, my first thing he did was heal me in that grief, in that death, in that process, and let me know that basically death and loss of a baby, and, you know, loss of anything is a process. Don't rush the process. Don't, because the more you rush it by smoking or drinking or doing whatever to do to cover it up, all you're doing is hindering. And the more you hinder it, the harder it is to walk through it. And for me, that's what I did by drinking and going and just trying to hide and run to other things that I really had no business doing when I really needed to stop and process it. Go through my shock, go through my denial, go through my anger, go through my confusion, go through my guilt, go through all the emotions that happen when you go through it. And when I first got saved, I had to go through all those emotions. I had to go through that shock. I had to go through, like, how could this happen? I had to go through trying to find my answers and figuring out, like, how did I not know my baby was dead? Why didn't I not go to the hospital sooner? Why did I do this? It's my fault. I felt like it was my fault that my baby died. I felt like I should have been a better mother, and I just feel like everything it's just like I was just a horrible person, and God did not love me, and he was punishing me. And all of a sudden, and then he gave me all the answers when it wasn't my fault. Nothing I could have done or did would save that baby. It was not meant for her to be. God has his own mysterious ways of doing things. Some things are really heartbreaking. And at the end of the day, the baby really did not belong to me. It belonged to him. I belong to him. You know what I'm saying? I am his treasure. I'm loved by him. And I had to come to that agreement that he never left me. He was always there for me. And it, you know what I mean? He cared for what I was going through. And I had to come to my own acceptance and my own process of my own, whatever I had to do, you know, my own answers for it. And he walked me through it when I dedicated my life to him. And when I tell you, I have such a peace at heart of what the situation. And yeah, I cry because I don't care if somebody hit you in the head, you gonna cry. You know what I'm saying? You gonna cry. But from that situation, he helped me to deter my feelings, my emotions of what I felt into something different. You know what I'm saying? Now my sadness and stuff, I have more empathy. The reason, that's why I said when she died, that girl died, she did die, but she was a rebirth. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. Just keep up with me, y'all. Because with death, there's always a rebirth. No matter what it is, y'all, stick with me. I'm telling y'all, with death, there's always a rebirth. Loss of a job, you get a new job, rebirth. You start a new business, rebirth. Loss of a friend, you get a new friend. Rebirth. You feel me? It will never be the same, but it's a rebirth. It's a new birth, a new thing. So, yes, my baby died. And it's one of the worst pains I have ever felt in my life. There's no pain ever in my life could ever compared to that. But the rebirth of me, though, the person that has the most, I have some of the deepest compassion for people, empathy for people, the love I have for people. Whatever person I meet, no matter who you are, I see you as a blessing. And people feel like, oh, I feel so comfortable, I feel so good. I'm like, you should, because you're a blessing. I feel like everybody are blessings that are walking around. Everybody has a God-given gift. Whether they use it or not, you have a gift. It's a special gift that only you have, and you may think it's small. It could be you're a very talkative person, or it could be you're a shy person, you're a very smart person, or whatever it is, you're artistic, whatever it is, that's your gift, because I probably don't have it, and when I see you do it, I'm amazed. So I just started having these thoughts of like really having empathy and compassion. And when even these videos, her death helped me to make these videos to be like, I've been in the dark. I understand, and I want to help you through that. And I understand you're going to get through it. So what I'm basically saying is, I know sometimes times can be very challenging. Times can be very grief, and it could be really hard to bear. And sometimes you hear other people's stories, and I know my story it's not going to take away the pain of what you're going through. It will never take away the pain. I can't take away your pain, but I can give you hope. I can let you know that there is a better way. Not a better way, but there is a way. You're going to get through it. Don't cover it. Don't delay it. Don't avoid it. Accept the process. Accept for what it is. Accept it as for it is. And some days you're going to be like, today's a shitty day. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to have your process. But know and remind you in the back of your head that this is just a process. It's just a day by day, minute by minute. Some days I had to take it literally minute by minute because sometimes it was just so hard to bear. But I kept pressing through because I kept telling myself that, you know what, there's a better life than this. There's a light at this tunnel. Even though I don't see this light, there is a light at this tunnel. And I'm going to move and hope and have faith that it will be. And yeah, my life is not perfect, and it's not, you know, granted, I don't have the riches. Your girl's broken and broke, okay? Your girls be on coupons. Coupons sometimes ain't enough coupon for this coupon, okay? But what I have in my heart, what I have in my life, no money can ever buy it. No money could ever buy the joy, the peace, the wisdom, and just the appreciation of life. No one can buy that. No one can buy that. No one can have what I have. The richest of the richest people do not have what I have. Some of them don't. So that's why I continue to press forward and to come to an understanding. Process, accept your process, and know that this is just a process. It's not a standing ground. This is because some people stay in this process way longer than the process need to be. The process could have been a year. Process could have been 6 months. But some people let it go on for 15 years. True that. Know some. Know some like, okay, honey, you've been in this process for 25 years. And hey, we all have different times, and I'm not rushing anybody or throwing shade at anybody. But it's something to think about. It's something to think about. It's just a little, hey, let me think about it. Let me just put that in the head, let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to wrap up this video. I'm so sorry this is so long, yo. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys got what you needed to get. I hope you guys are so encouraged. I hope you guys to continue to press forward. Don't give up, yo. Don't give up. Please don't. Please don't give up. Don't give up now. You're closer than what you think. Seriously, though, you know? And just give you a little virtual hug because I can't hug you in person. Little hug there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. Anyway, I swear, I'm going to wrap this video up, even though I've been saying it for the past like 5 minutes. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If this is your first time seeing my face, hey, go ahead and subscribe. What you doing? You better subscribe, hit that bell button. I post videos like every day. Sometimes every day, because depending on all the creative juices are flowing, she's just going to post every day. But anywho, thank you so much. And as always, guys, God bless.